I'm Jay Townsend. If you're interested in running for office or helping someone who is, this video is for you. Because you're watching this video, I already know you have passion, energy, and a profound interest in making your country, state, or community a better place to live. Your country and your community need more people like you. Because you are investing time to discover more about how to run a political campaign, I already know that you are bright, curious, and interested in learning. In this 4-video series, you'll learn the major components of a political campaign, an easy way to construct a compelling message, and additional steps that you can take to become a seasoned and savvy veteran. This is what we'll cover. In this video, you'll see an overview of a political campaign and a snapshot of all its moving parts, just so you have a complete picture and a bird's-eye view of the forest. In video 2, I'll help you do the most important task a candidate must perform, constructing your campaign narrative. If you do that well, your campaign will be off to a fantastic start. I'll be providing a workbook as we work on yours. In the 3rd video, you'll learn how to connect the dots and integrate the elements of your campaign narrative into a compelling story that touches hearts and moves votes. You'll also see 2 examples of how other candidates use this technique so that you can perfect and put the finishing touches on yours. In the last video, we'll talk about how to jumpstart your campaign, building on what you've already learned, and how you can become a savvy and seasoned candidate before your campaign begins. A word about why I'm here and why I want to help you. I am a political consultant. I've worked with more than 300 candidates during my career, a lot of them very good people. Candidates for president, governors, senators, members of Congress, judges, mayors, county executives in 24 different states and foreign countries. I've seen politics up close and personal for nearly 40 years. And because I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, I know firsthand what those in power have done. The people who are in office have erected barriers that discourage good people like you from running and competing in the marketplace of ideas. I want to break down those barriers. The same people who hold office have made it harder to get on the ballot, harder to raise money, and created roadblocks to stop good people from running. I want to help smart, passionate people like you tear down those barriers, to empower you so that your voice and your ideas can be heard. The only way we're going to fix what is wrong with politics is by electing candidates who offer ideals higher than hatred and division. I've devoted a career to helping candidates offer a vision that elevates our discourse and advances a worthy cause. I'd like to help you do the same. That's why I'm here. There is a myth about politics. You may have been told that you have to be rich or famous or blemish-free to win an election. That conventional wisdom is dead wrong. This is what you need to win an election: an interest in learning what you don't know, a deep passion for helping others, a belief that you can lead and better the human condition. If you have those, congratulations. That alone puts you in a special category. I am honored that you are here. Let's start with the big picture of a political campaign, that bird's-eye view of the forest. This is a political roadmap, a political campaign in one diagram on one page, broken into 3 broad categories: your message, the means you'll use to disseminate your message, and a few things you should do to prepare before the campaign begins. Just about every aspect of a political campaign will fall into one of these 3 categories. And each one of these 3 categories have some moving parts. Your message involves a handful of components essential to touching hearts and moving minds during the course of a campaign. Once you have your message down pat, there are numerous ways to disseminate and communicate your message to voters. And finally, there are a few very important tasks that should be completed before your campaign begins. Candidates often delegate those responsibilities to staff and volunteers. You'll be a better and smarter candidate knowing about each of these parts, why they are important, and the purpose they serve. In video 4, we'll revisit the roadmap again, and I'll show you a way to save a lot of time and money. Of all those moving parts you saw on the roadmap, there is one task that is essential before you do anything else, a task only a candidate can perform: constructing a campaign narrative. If you've never heard that term before, it's because there are very few who fully understand the power of turning their campaign message into a story. I do, because I've helped a lot of little-known, underfunded political candidates break down barriers, knock down roadblocks, and win an election nobody thought they could win. Men, women, young, old, black, white, brown, in the United States and foreign countries. In the next video, I'm going to share that secret with you, and together we're going to work on yours. And by the time we're done with this video series, you'll have a compelling campaign message, one that will attract attention, volunteers, and voters. Tomorrow, I'll be sending you that picture of a campaign with all its moving parts so you have one for your files. I'll also send you your own copy of the Campaign Narrative Workbook that will help you construct your campaign message. Until then, please ponder this question: what are the greatest threats, evils, and villains faced by those you'd like to represent? I'll see you tomorrow. I'm Jay Townsend.